What's up,
And we are live. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman of Crypto episode 1310. Today is Friday, March 14, 2025, and I'm King here to bridge the gap every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. ish. Between the crypto and community, every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. ish. I don't know. I'm doing crazy right now. I was looking at some of these stories in the background now. It's a blah day. It's a blah day. U.S. Rep Byron Donalds to introduce bill codifying Trump's Bitcoin reserve. Bitcoin logo shines over Austin, Texas, as Gemini sets new world record. Pump.fund meme coins are dying at record rates. Less than 1% survive. Trump-backed World Liberty Financial nets $550 million in token sales. And yes, DOGE proposes slashing Internal Revenue Service staff by 20%. I said it the other day. The shots have been fired. It is officially on, the battle between the Trump administration and the IRS. I can't wait to see how that one actually unfolds. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at those prices. All right, let me go ahead and bring up this sheet. Bitcoin's alive and well, 83,000. Oh, that quick. You talk about liquidations, folks. It was just 83,670 something. It went from that to 83,000 and $74, and then you just saw it bounce right back up to 83,300. So you talk about getting liquidated that quick. You just saw $600 wiped off, and then $200 put right back on. So $83,302 right now, up 1.7%. Ethereum's at $1,019, up 1.29%. Actually, interesting with Ethereum. I haven't seen the the Ethereum dominance yet. I'm interested to see where it's at and where it will be in the next couple of weeks. There are reports coming out that are saying the Pectra whatever upgrade will have some delays to it until April. So they're starting to slow down that upgrade they're supposed to be doing. That's definitely going to be reflected soon, I think, in the price as well as that dominance. Number 4, XRP Ripple, $2.32, down 0.6%. Number 5, BNB, $582, down 0.87%. Number 8, Cardano, 72 cents, down 0.87%. And number 10, Tron, 22 cents, down 2.14%. Fear and Greed Index is still around the same at 18. And yes, Bitcoin dominance is at 61.1%. Ethereum dominance still at an 8.5%. But again, they used to do it like 8.5, whatever. So I wonder if it's like a flat 8.5 or is anything more than that. But oh, there it is, 8.4%. Yep. So it's probably a high 8.4 or something. They're just rounding up to 8.5. Those are your prices on the day. Again, the market is alive and well. Some people's tokens aren't doing great and some people's are, right? If you like a lot of altcoins, you might be looking at a bear winter coming up here soon. But if you're in the Bitcoin, you are doing good as well. I'm seeing stories saying, is this a good cycle? What's been going on? The cycle happened. We had a mini cycle. It's doing a little retracement. It's all good. All right, really quick, let's give some shout outs in the chat. Of course, my chat on Restream doesn't want to work on certain days. So today is one of those days. So I'm headed on over to YouTube as I talk myself through this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Bring this up. Bring this up. What up, though? Illmatic Crypto, TLD, No ID, Magnolia Pelican, Saber Saves, Hidden Gangster, Memories with Mike, DM Carr. Good morning. Good morning. Let's go ahead and roll right into it. Like I said, the news cycle is starting to cool off. As you see, these bear indicator signs, which again shouldn't even feel like that because the run up to 108,000 was way too sudden, way too quick. And a lot of that run up happened when this administration wasn't even in the office. So essentially, it's looking like the first quarter was a semi sell the news event, but it still was like a lot of good that happened already. So with that being said, right now we saw a daily news cycle that already happened. Basically, the first quarter, every day was new news. Administration was doing something. Trump was signing an executive order. It makes sense that right now we're in this cool off period. It's tax season. Again, we're kind of looking at some bear market indicators. People don't know which way the price is going to go, depending on trade tariffs and trade wars and things of the like. So people kind of are looking at the volatility and getting scared out of the market. You saw earlier today, the market greed index is super low. So people are kind of getting shaken out of the market. And you're starting to see that reflected in the news stories. You're getting the same news stories. You're getting speculative news stories. And this is just a lot of waiting around. So that's all good. We've seen this happen before. And like I said, this is a time you can kind of relax, cool off. Dollar cost average because we know for a fact once the cycle does start back up, it is going to start up aggressively. Top story of the day: U.S. Rep. Byron Donalds. That's kind of hilarious. Talking about Trump's and then Byron Donalds to introduce bill codifying Trump's Bitcoin reserve. The bill aims to cement the reserve as a permanent fixture, shielding it from reversal by future administrations, blockchain regulatory experts told Cointelegraph. So this is what I've been saying. It's like, no matter what one administration does in 4 years or 8 years or whatever, this one will be another four. A new administration might have their own goals and plans about what they want to do with crypto or where they want Bitcoin to go. And it's going to add a lot of confusion, right? When you talk about clear regulatory guidelines, it's like, well, that's going to be depending on politically who's in office as far as regulation, which it shouldn't be like that. But it looks like they're trying to almost constitutionalize, like the new word, the Bitcoin reserve. They're trying to make it so that no other president or no other administration, or at least make it harder for them to come in and reverse this thing. Again, this makes sense. This is why I said right now is the Wild West, and you're supposed to get as far out in front of the market as you can, because the next administration, they could come and say, no, we're going to tax this more. XYZ is going to be illegal. This is going to be a problem. And everything we're doing toward innovation might take another U turn. So I'm glad to see they're actually doing things that's going to ensure that doesn't happen. But this is a new bill that's set to be introduced in Congress. It aims to formalize President Donald Trump's executive order establishing a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve, a move that can further integrate Bitcoin into the nation's financial strategy. So, news stories have been coming out today saying, hey, some folks on the Democrat side of the aisle are trying to stop or slow down this Bitcoin reserve. So, I expect to start seeing more stories like this where the other side is like, fine, you're going to push back on this already. If you're going to fight it, then we're going to make sure not only is it here, but it's here to stay. So, again, with my new word, they're going to constitutionalize it. They're going to bring that American eagle above it and that red, white, and blue, and make sure that we always have a Bitcoin reserve here in the US. So again, this is brand new. They're just starting this. But you talking about a way to keep the investors happy, or excuse me, the constituents happy. This is one of those ways to show that libertarian and Bitcoin influence party that, hey, we're looking out for you. We're putting this into law. We're codifying it. We're making sure it will never be reversed. So again, we'll see what happens with this. It requires at least 60 votes in the Senate and a House majority to pass. Again, both of those, not only they say not only are they a Republican holding Senate majority, then of course House has a good chance of it as well. But there's a lot of crypto folks in both of those as well, also. So I would like to know the percentages and numbers. I need to look it up again as of today. But there's a lot of crypto folks, politicians in those same seats. So now you actually have a fighting chance of this passing, whereas before it was like, oh, of course this isn't going to happen. So again, this is one of those things where they say, hey, today the price of Bitcoin is 83,000. It's like, yeah, in dollars, yes, but one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. And when you have the greatest nation on the planet, one of the greatest nations on the planet, codifying it into law as far as like, hey, we're really going to be using this as a reserve, I see nothing but added value to that. So again, the price doesn't always reflect it at the same time or right time. It doesn't mean it's not actually happening there. All right, Bitcoin logo shines over Austin. Get weird, Austin, as Gemini sets new world record. Gemini organized a record-breaking drone show featuring a massive Bitcoin logo to celebrate the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Hey, Gemini, always to the rescue. Here we go. Shout out to Gemini and this drone show. They're trying to take a page out of China. You've seen China be doing some crazy drone shows. But crypto exchange Gemini set a new Guinness World Record by deploying 1,000 drones to form the Bitcoin logo in the sky, marking the largest ever aerial display of the current symbol of a current currency symbol. Shout out to Gemini and that. That's pretty cool. The event held on March 13th in Austin, Texas, celebrated the U.S. Bitcoin Reserve Initiative. Here it is, proof of record. And those are the drones. That's super cool, actually. That's really cool. I've never seen anything like that. And again, this shows you the power. And this is one of those things where let me go ahead and do the Friday trigger, right? No, it's one of those things where people said, of course, first it was Black Lives Matter, then it was Blue Lives Matter, then All Lives Matter. And a lot of people from the original Black Lives Matter movement before it got hijacked and went different directions were just like, if you really care that strongly about what you said and everything else, Why didn't you invent it? Why didn't you come up with it first, right? Like, why did you wait for it to be a black lies before there was a blue lies and all lies? I only make that point to say this. We've never seen billionaires put their capital toward doing an air show for the dollar sign, right? Or air show for the euro or any of these other currencies. They're saying this is the biggest for a reason. Like, billionaires are putting their capital toward doing air shows in honor of Bitcoin. Again, no one owns Bitcoin. There's no CEO saying, "Hey, Winklevoss twins, you need to spend your hard-earned money on a drone show for the masses just because." And they're not like, and not only that, outside of the news article, if you were to see this, you wouldn't even know this was a Gemini sponsored thing. Like, did they do a Gemini drone right after that to let everyone know who did it? You wouldn't know. You would just know this is a Bitcoin symbol. This is for Bitcoin and it's strengthening the network. Like, what other economic system would you see people going so hard for? Like, these are billionaires. I'm saying that because I never want to see a billionaire do like a light show with a dollar sign all of a sudden. It's like, oh, knock it off, man. You're trying to copy. Like, this is greatness, folks, happening right in front of us. This is mainstream adoption. You can see the Guinness World Record certificate here, the largest aerial display of a currency symbol formed by a multi-rotor drones, was achieved by Gemini in Austin, Texas, USA on 13th March 2025. Again, shout out to Gemini, Winklevoss twins, and Gemini company. Super cool to see. Super cool to see. Austin's a pretty good city to do it too, as far as the tech side of it. Get weird, Austin, and they certainly are doing that. It says here the company said in celebration of the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, we're hosting a Guinness World Record breaking drone show. The show explores the future of money and features the iconic Bitcoin B as the largest currency symbol in the sky. I would love to saw that. That would have been pretty cool. If anybody in the comments was in Texas at Austin at the time, let me know how it looked. Here's the video. Let's see. Oh my goodness, 17 minutes. We're about to go ahead and fast forward most of this. See how this is. Okay, they got a countdown with the drones too. All right, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let's see. Okay, rocket ship take off.
I love it.
Moonwalk. You gotta love that. Oh, this is really cool. This is a random night in Austin. Oh, there it is. The Bitcoin B. Is this the beginning of it? Woo. Folks, that is amazing to see that in the sky. Shout out to the Gemini company and the Winklevoss twins. All right, so I'm assuming they got letters. They probably did put sponsored by Gemini or whatever on there, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay, there we go. You got a Gemini logo. That's what's up. Shout out to them. Oh, they got a QR code too. Did you see that? They have they're at Gemini.com, and they have a four-sided QR code in the middle of the sky. Technology, folks. The next legislation is going to be saying how many drones we can have in the sky at a time, because that was a pretty cool show. I can't strategy. Where you at? BlackRock. Come on, BlackRock. You got all that money. Give us a drone show, baby. Don't use those drones only for Ukraine and Russia, BlackRock. Bring some of them drones here. We want to see some drone shows. All right. That was a cool drone show. Let's see. Saber Save said, okay, thanks. He said they did put their logo up and also their marketing slogan. Okay, cool. I mean, shout out to them. But still, I digress, but I still stay on the same topic. Even though they promote themselves, I still haven't seen any other billionaires with a dollar sign up in the middle of the world saying, hey, this is what we're doing right now. I love to see it, and shout out to them. All right, Pump.fund meme coins are dying at record rates. Less than 1% survive. I mean, duh. Pump.fund meme coins are failing and they're dragging Bitcoin along for the ride. I wouldn't say that, but I get what the point of this article is going to be. They're going to be talking about volume, probably how much capital is being lost, and how that's affecting the market, or I guess the Bitcoin market, but that's all altcoins and all the ancillary altcoin markets, even the derivatives market is all affecting the price of Bitcoin. Because again, if you didn't have the altcoin market, if you didn't have the meme coin market, right? NFTs, STOs, all these other alternate markets, if you didn't have ETFs and ETPs and futures, right now today, easy 300, I'll say $260,000, $310,000 Bitcoin. Easy. So you're looking at really $250,000 Bitcoin today if you didn't have all these ancillary things that are pulling capital from the Bitcoin market itself. So that's why I was like, when people talking Bitcoin price, I'm like, really the price is higher than what it is. They're just like doing a lot of things to pull capital from the main asset that attracted many people to the space. But the meme coin frenzy on pump.farm is hitting a wall. with the platform's graduation rate sinking below 1% for a fourth week straight. Graduation rate is the meme coin launchpad's term for tokens that make it through the incubation phase and become fully tradable on Solana decentralized exchange. To graduate, a token must meet specific liquidity and trading requirements. Over the past 4 weeks, starting February 17th, Pump.Fund's graduation rate has remained below 1% for the first time, Dune Analytics data shows. So they say it's never been particularly high. Of course, it was higher a few months ago, but it's not just Pump.Fund, it's meme coins in general. It says here meme coins are dying and they're not responding to positive market signals. That's because meme coins aren't really for down markets. It's not for bear moments. Meme coins are for one supposed to be fun, right? Supposed to be fun, bring community, all that good stuff. But the fun happens when money's being made for the most part. The fun happens when there's a bull market and people are looking at Bitcoin and even Ethereum, some of these other assets, and just like, not only do I not understand them, can I not afford? I mean, for a lot of people, their entrance now is a meme coin, right? You talk about the Hawk Tua meme coin. A lot of people said they didn't know anything about crypto, and even their team was like, "Hey, we were going after novice users and brand new people to crypto." So you talk about people don't know anything about it, and then they see a meme coin that's fun, and there's like, whatever, I'll put 5, 10, 15, $20 on it and see what happens. That being their introduction into the space. Um, yeah, that's a positive thing and it brings folks in on the base hit, but these aren't the future tokens. And you don't do this in a bear market. When it's a bear market, people aren't using their resources to create new tokens at the same rate, nor are they using their resources to deploy them at the same rate as far as bringing community on. They like to kind of save those plans until the bull market picks up. Then they launch everything all at one time to get as much back as they can from their resources. So, again, makes sense that these meme coins are dying on Pump.Fund. They won't be the only place they'll die at. But again, you don't need a bunch of meme. You don't need the overall meme coin market to make it. That's the fun part about it. It's like the lottery. You get one or two of them out of thousands to make it. I mean, honestly, if you really want to do numbers, it's going to turn into a lotto. Right now, you could say with the proliferation of meme coins, if one meme coin out of every, I don't know, 75,000 makes it, that's pretty decent right now. Yeah, remember they're spitting out memes for every name, every word, everything, every day around the clock. They're bots making meme coins at this point. So, I mean, if it does anything, right? If it attracts any type of community, especially if it starts to do its thing on Coin Market Cap, looking at the pet page, the dog what ifs, and all this other stuff, then it's been successful as a whole. So, I don't think this is an indication on Pump.Fund as much as it is on an entire meme coin market. Is like, huh, it wasn't meant to last. If Dogecoin set the standard, okay, Dogecoin made it out and lasted. It wasn't supposed to do it. You have a crazy ass billionaire to thank for that. All right. And even, to even go back to the original point, they did you got billionaires capping for Dogecoin before you do the American dollar right now, right? So Dogecoin is what really kicked off this meme frenzy that we're in when people saw, hey, there is an ability to take a coin that can't compete from and I won't say can't because technologically it's still like a fork of a lot of these tokens, but essentially can't compete with some of the tokenomics that are coming out right now as far as being a serious economic driver. But you can still make capital on it, right? It showed people that you can do that with the power of community and a billionaire pumping it. So again, it's not an indictment on Pump.Fund as much as it is on the entire meme coin market, which, by the way, is still alive and well. So you can't be upset about that. All right. This is a quick story, more of the headline to lead into the next story. Trump back World Liberty Financial nets $550 million in token sales. It looks like World Liberty Finance, a Trump backed DeFi project, completed its second round of token sales, netting the project $550 million from two rounds of public sales. Now, this is kind of confusing to me. Just reading it now because they're saying it's a Trump backed DeFi project, but it's getting token sales. So the money's going somewhere. Know what I mean? I'm not exactly sure how they're doing it and how that's working. I'm not going to get into the weeds about it. The point is this: $550 million. There will be a tax burden, right? That's the reason why I grabbed this story. $550 million. There's a tax burden. It's a big name attached to it. You know what they're going to try to do to this big name. Okay. With that being said, you got the next story. Doge proposes slashing internal revenue service staff by 20%. It is official. It has begun.
Fight.
That's right. The fight has happened. I said the IRS was going to be in their sights soon. They couldn't come out swinging at them. That's probably one of the most, if not the most powerful agency. Of course, the SEC and the Treasury has a lot of power too. But those are appointments, right? Those are a little bit easier to bring under the heel. The IRS got a whole lot of other things going on. It took some time for the administration to get their legs. I mean, only 3 months, but they are really 2 months. Excuse me, but they are officially setting their sights on the IRS. I said the other day, I think we're about to see more of this rhetoric and things come out aimed at the IRS and weakening them in their position. But according to Elon Musk, Doge has already identified over $500 billion in fraudulent spending and entitlement programs. So, regardless of what you feel about Doge, I'm not going to go into detail about if this is real or they're just manufacturing news or whatever. But the important theme I'm looking at, especially for us crypto folks over here, is the attack on the IRS, right? Because, like I said before, when these lawyers come after your companies, like when the SEC was coming after people, one of the best things some of these companies can do is burden them and the courts right back with information. Where it's just like, fine, you want data, we're going to give you data on every customer, on every, like, we're going to overflow you with too much information and paperwork to the effect this case is going to take for forever. We're going to continue to do our thing until then. Well, this is a kind of the same way, but for the overall crypto market. Even if this administration can't limit their powers or reduce and roll back some of the powers of the IRS specifically for the crypto sector, even if they can't do it, just throwing enough things at them to slow them down will be great as well. Because again, we, we're not looking for an escape plan here. We're looking for time. We're looking for time to innovate, time to invest, time to make moves. And then once you have that time, if you make the capital, which attracts the IRS, then you also have the capital to pay them back without having that pressure over you. So right now, I think the best thing they can do is, yeah, come at them with stories like this, come at them with narratives, and actually push forward legislation or executive orders. I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know how Doge is essentially working with the government, but pushing it forward to the effect of, yeah, we're going to reduce your staff. We're going to put you all on different, you know what? Don't worry about taxing crypto. Worry about taxing different countries. Worry about taxing tariffs. It's one of the same things they did to SEC, where they start playing musical chairs and they start rotating people away from these crypto projects or these crypto taxation narratives and themes. And instead, they put them in different areas of the IRS that focuses on different things entirely, all the while cutting the staff, essentially making their time and their resources less. So it's like, all right, even if we did want to go after Bitcoin and crypto, we don't have the manpower, right? We can only go after the whales for this to make sense. It doesn't make sense to go after. Could you imagine the IRS right now? If you see a story coming out of middle America, them going after the retail market right now. Well, this crypto person didn't pay. Talked to a couple of people who did like $3,000 in crypto or Bitcoin transactions on Cash App. They're like, should I pay these taxes? I'm like, consult with your tax professional. But at the same time, if the IRS right now were to go after a middle American retail investors, like, oh, you didn't pay your 800, your 3,000 bucks on your crypto tax with everything else is going on right now, that would be crazy. I mean, honestly, I would push for that to go to court, because if we could, like, think about that right now. The IRS came after someone, let's say it's $10,000 in taxes. So let's say you owe $3,000 to IRS through crypto. You didn't do it. They come after you right now. You take it to court. There's a strong chance you can get a judge right now, especially the Trump administration, to say, no, what are you doing to this American citizen? This is wrong. We don't even know the way forward with crypto yet. Trump just said we're trying to innovate. Like, you have a strong chance to find someone to say, at the very least, we need to put this out off until we get further regulatory clearance and guidelines as far as what's going forward. That could set precedent for the entire market when it comes to the IRS going after retail investors. So it wouldn't even be a big fail for that to happen right now, because we could fast forward a judgment or a decision that could set precedent. Like, it wouldn't even be terrible. But on the flip side, could you imagine the headline with all the other craziness going on? They're saying, no, we're going after middle America and you're $3,000. Because that's just what we're doing today. I don't see it happening in this administration, especially as they threaten to and then probably eventually start to cut staff and rotate staff. I'm telling you now, their IRS is about to come under attack. This is my point. The article right before that Trump backed Rural Liberty Financial Token nets 550 million in sales, plus the billion-dollar or $2.2 billion meme coin launch. The administration has a tax burden, folks. Forget the American public. The administration has a tax burden. Like we're okay right now. We'll figure this out as a team and family. I think we're in good shape. All right. Other than that, I'm gonna read a couple of last comments. Hilarious. Hemiotosis said, but dog, what if? Hilarious. Nobody's at the IRS office. I forgot everybody working virtual too. That's the other thing. They're gonna start making them come in. All these little things, that and then a check to say, hey, resign and go home and take this 50K. I don't think they're gonna have time to go after the mom and pops. I hope they don't, nor should they right now, for sure. It's dog with hat. Oh no. So yeah, Saber says I'll be saying it wrong on purpose. They say I say dog with if is dog with hat. Yeah, I always say it wrong, man. I don't be knowing. I do it intentionally. It's funny to me. It's a meme coin. I'm memeing it out. All right. Other than that, that is the show for today. Again, smash that like and share. I will see you all next week for some more big